Barcelona sporting directors ne decide say I was say omunya a left center back e wo Barcelona bobuku nim. So we check last season Inigo Martinez as a left center back perform very well at the Barcelona bobuku no. And me the best out of Pau Kubasi because Pau Kubasi prefer the right center back role. As it stands now, Barcelona on left center back role akwa be issue e di amomo. Enti hu be hia say Barca be ko dwama so. Normal he so betimenya a left center back e de naba. Eno na the story aba say Barcelona mpanyimfo na ekọ Germany. Na Germany no omoko no e two players anom pese omukunya more details about them. Sa two players no baako e Upamecano. Ana de otoso e Nico Slotterbeck a we see a kind ma Borussia Dortmund. Sa two players we ana Barcelona mpanyimfo ekọ Germany omoko akope details about them. Abranti friend say Upamecano a contract with Bayern e be wiye. Ebe wu nyame ya aduma 2026 after the season. Bayern for try there was so mu ye bia. So mbetime renew the contract of Upamecano. E de ama team friend say Bayern. Abranti any demands no up to date omuntimi ne Bayern for enrich agreement. I say after the season so mentimi enrich agreement obetimako as a free agent. So as a free agent team bia obefa Upamecano bia no e was so man signing on fee. No asama ne salary e was. On the part of Nico Slotterbeck, ne contract EU 2027 or demanded 10 million euros from Borussia Dortmund say so be renewing a contract with Borussia Dortmund or no Slotterbeck no e was a team a friend say Dortmund eman 10 million euros a year. Dortmund for who say says can was soro. Enti Abranti number from up to date. Abranti friend say Slotterbeck and a Dortmund so come on no omuntimi nko endi ndu akiri. And Abranti decide say so mentimi reach agreement by 2027. Ono Nico Slotterbeck no on renew bie emfa ma team e friend say eye Borussia Dortmund e ka hu bi ana Barcelona for say ene sadia Sabrante friend say Nico Slotterbeck say on renew na next season the contract beka 1 year na Upamecano so say on renew no betima ba free agent aden ye hwe sa two players no de obetima be boa Barcelona e the left center back role so ken oye Barcelona ni a question is simple Slotterbeck ni Upamecano ni yema opportunity a hwan ana obeyi no ken Upamecano season we or perform very well ne form na peke na nsempo kra no oye story bi e ma mete sen about Mbappe e bo Upamecano abaso say Upamecano form no e wo soro a e wo se obi ahwa Abranti nie and obi a watche ne nansen na hu say ne form na timye improve pay by ken no disrespect to Upamecano say opportunity wo ho na Barcelona betima yi mu ba ko a mefa Nico Slotterbeck. Mefa Nico Slotterbeck ahead of Upamecano. And my reasons are very simple. The Edikan about the left center back role say a role back kwa. Coach is no and why you din the teams because left center backs from Maba say no coach is near defenders are on betima carry ball. Omo comfortable on the ball skills also say oppress you omumpo kra omun lose ball because among the center backs no they are mostly coaches mo mu kra ball no a progressive ball no e you be operating as a left center back role and this we check recently kra na akotwa Real Madrid buku no eba omo left defensive setup na among omo center pair no they are kra ball to progressive kese pa no e ya brand defense din house and this we check Barcelona coach per center back very comfortable in terms of the center back, the left center back crew. And between Upamecano and Abranti friend say Nico Slotterbeck, without statistics, eye tester, they are comfortable on the ball to me. Abranti friend say Nico Slotterbeck. Or your players now oppress your man. Then some mistakes as compared to Abranti friend say Upamecano. Ne ball carrying ability was so. Me no me anu nim say. Adia ba kwa Barcelona fans ne tie criticize kese pani say omo highline no opponent ABT highline na recovery rate from omo defenders no e wo form players no recovery rate no wo form enti omo be here center back and say defender say opponent ni BT highline ni pokra na ni recovery rate no wo soro enken say o kwacha chemistries na in terms of recoveries between Upamecano and Abranti friend Slotterbeck no the ultimate recover kese owo pace owo power to recover obetima sa abeje ball no Abranti friend say Nico Slotterbeck so to me say we check Upamecano and Nico Slotterbeck no kre Upamecano wo form a o perform very well by metima ka say Nico Slotterbeck no an opportunity go ho a Barcelona betimi af, and let's not forget say who negotiate with Borussia Dortmund a ombeji omusika bombeton e di amount and Abrante no so ebeka na 1 year or say on renew, so Barcelona betimi tueska any suru bebre so omba kofa Abrante friend say Nico Schlotterbeck. So between these two kin ubusame di ameko e di ama Abrante friend say Nico Schlotterbeck. Me movie on ma menko World Cup qualifiers matches ni mu bi. Enra minya adaje hwe Croatia game mo win 3-1. Me no ka say Croatia qualify e di FIFA World Cup. Anyame ya adoma 2026 ewo US, Mexico, and Canada ibehu Croatia ewo ho. Officially, Croatia for ababe the third country ama qualify with Europe alongside France and England. Official teams and other countries ama qualify from Europe no. Croatia group no about 7 games we winning 6 and we draw 1. Or say 23 goals and we concede 2 with 19 points to qualify. Ben no we winning 3-1 ni wie no. Nipa ye bo ni din a 40-year-old Luka Modric and will be a bonidin after saying no Croatia for a qualifier. No. Croatia qualifier no attention in 40-year-old Luka Modric so. Ken, a dear Luka Modric a year with Croatia national team no. Untimi overlooki. Mejitum se Croatia for who stars. Croatia for who top players. By Luka Modric. Dear 1 year with Croatia national team no. Idea bakwa e was ye kan ho ase. Luka Modric be real Croatian national team that was in 2006. And was says he friend on national team. In 2006 Luka Modric be PM Croatian national team. Obe 2 senior players be to say Niko Kovac. Obe 2 Igor Tudor mo ho. Omna na no me senior players at that time. Na Luka Modric akra na oba. Ana kakra. In 2016 in penyimfo mo Croatia the captain number nema Luka Modric ne ken. From 2016, ebesine. Se o cheki Luka Modric ni influence o Croatia national team. Ni leadership skills are or diama Croatia for how are we lead Croatia for on the pitch and off the pitch. Wabwa Croatia for national team. Amo medu sam pempenso. In the history of Croatia national team, eba FIFA World Cup na time on my year dear power was France 1998. Awo mukodi third. Eye Mario Stanic, Boban, Sukamo. Na Croatia for unko World Cup obeka so ma ya de pa by 1998 ombeni a generation a omde omukodi third na ye hu bi wo Croatia by Luka Modric be take over obeye leader de ma Croatia national team no ade na asuka mo koye in 1998 no Luka Modric lead Croatia for editwemu abro mo 2018 World Cup ema omukodi second ema wiase nyina ye nkofo dodo na wanwa se ye kwa World Cup countries akese wo ho Argentina the stars eba, Brazil the stars eba, Belgium nya golden generation, England team no form. Ba ye bo wie no, ni ebenya France ni Croatia o makọ final. Ye benya Croatia team in 2018 World Cup for Russia. No more group alongside Argentina. Na Argentina kura wiase nyina stars with Messi, Aguero, omukra Dybala, Higuain. By Croatia for sure mo top is our group no. Na e Luka Modric na lead sa Croatia team no. Koya eliminate obi to say Denmark. The host nation Russia eliminate team a friend say England and call final. Eventually France 4G. Enti ade aso kamo ye in 1998 and Croatia for who be that say Yako World Cup akwa ko di third no. Luka Modric lead Croatia for the second FIFA World Cup. The next edition wan kasa wo ko bi in 2022. After so mu di second no osadu mu ko di third FIFA World Cup. Enti say wo take Luka Modric, if it is so about captain Croatia national team, they can, especially about World Cup, an achievement, any record, any idea will lead the Croatia national team. No, untimi overlooki, placing second, third. With Shasad Yesu Kambe Yeni Nano, and at the age of 40 years, can anyone now Luka Modric? With the 40 years as a midfielder, or lead, or inspire young guys, you know, and also dictate the game. No, when him say Oma qualify for 2026 World Cup, no, we are the 10th major tournament. Luka Modric did Croatia echo. The 10th major tournament of the Omoko. And the funny thing, Nenye say, Enra, Osho mo line up, na Luka Modric is here kind, na Perisic is here kind. Cannot combine these two players with age 76 years. Luka Modric and Perisic, omu age 76 years. And sa two senior players with lead Croatia Omoko 2026 World Cup. I believe say in the history of Croatian football, player bien no wasro esen abrante friends Luka Modric, not even Suka. He's the greatest Croatian player ever. For me, Abrante friend say Luka Modric who deserve a lot of credit. Germany HA2 against Luxembourg. Na ehun be hia say Germany be win this game win. Because o check your group na Slovakia for so ehye. Enti se wa check Germany ni Slovakia say so mu nyina what 12 points. Nyame ya adoma Monday. Ani ebe hu hwan na be qualify. And some Monday no Germany ni Slovakia na bebo. So a game na Germany foko win ye no. Na very important for Germany say ombe win this game we no metimi catch up with Slovakia national team no. Obi o hwe game ni bia na ken. Na tough for the German national team. And for say Germany winning you know. Born no Germany boy no. Ade ba ko yenim Germany ye say okwa Argentina national team omo deal with more of individualism. Brazil omo depend on stars. By the bia ye tournament bia ye kase German national team die omo bobo as a team because omo per collective play no more. By enra ye hu ne sa ade aboa Germany pa ye say the individual brilliance and necessary nyoma ni nyina de ma Germany. E go to a timer. Na Luxembourg for neighbor 4 at the back. Wa park 5 midfielders. And we just one striker e we nim ho. Na mwa ye den e de ama Pavlovic, Leon Goretzka, Serge Gnabry mu say on betima break Luxembourg a team no. E take 2 players. Some best sanyoma e de ama team e friend say e German national team. Bako e Nick Voltamade. And Abrante friend say Leroy Sani. 2 players win a king. Almost the same game no Edema German national team. Mekai pass at the timer. Julian Nagelsmann call up no our friend Leroy Sani. Senior pundit our Germany. Omo legends kasa say Abrante friend say Leroy Sani na ni so friend no. By coach Neka say onim ne dada enonim di obetima ye. Ano friend no. Eno game they go to a time na Germany be hin obi a obeje ball. Obetime beat Luxembourg 4 players in terms of 1v1 situation. Obetime crab on a progressive one, a draw players around him. Now creating space. No wait me a creative chances no Ediama German national team. And then Leroy Sani yes said you man pepe because name why they say Germany for be breaky Luxembourg for no a defensive line. Until Leroy Sani neje ball now. Because of the 1v1 ability, Obetima take you on. Obetima chung. No draw players around him, no. A creative space, Edema Leroy Sani. 2 goals for saying that he was involved. Or ya says Bako. Even go in Pokra one assist, no, on the pass, yeah. A creative opportunity, no. Emma German national team to me say. So now who play about quoi? Or say give me the German national team. A Brante friend Leroy Sani can and a Nick Voltamade. Ken. 2 goals and no say. And then Voltamade a performance no also a classic number 9 performance. Adia mi hu ini say Voltamade a combine physicality and skills and the link up with the teammates. And anytime we are no or drop be there or to link up very well. And because physically no unhu den or what. Obetime use on the upper body strength no or rub box nima otimi battle with Luxembourg 4 players no and to use physicality and skill set no and the link up with the teammates with me 2 goals no all his goals are no say no check his position and how we see play see ball no and how we see making sure so be move e dia kwese so enra ye hu German national team collectively na omo performance no e was so by the individual performance of Leroy Sani and Nick Voltamade SSA nyoma ni nyina de ma German national team ye hwe Monday omo game on bebo against Slovakia Germany winning our qualify so enra 2-0 na e very important e de ma German national team ene ye wo Georgia and Spain. Already, so we check Spain a group now. Spain, 12 points. Ni games awa boni nyina no. Spain wini. Turkey 9 points. So akwa battle between Spain and Turkey. Was our group nim. Turkey Bulgaria. Bulgaria for ne nyade. Ente you most likely say Turkey be wini. Se Turkey wini a o move e dey about 12 points. Obaba be the same number of points alongside Spain. No mean 12 points. So e important say Spain be winning game number against Georgia. Nyame aduma ene. And 4 games as Spain e winning no. Obi no wait me the ball to Spain for attenim. Watch 15 goals out of 4 games no. So se team qualifies. No about 4 games we winning 4 ni nyina. Watch 15 goals on concede igua. E show say a team a yenim say Spain for ni pebo ni kura on pe control. And so we a team a we possession based oriented side a. E we say we possession no, we make sure say we dey dominate transitions ni nyina. Enti enfa won say Spain ebobo a efe no se omo attack omo ye effective ana dene so betima hye Spain for because tem bia no omo na kura ball no enti Spain for na demonstrate actually a group nim say omo na the best side playing against Georgia miji two ye ka football anka Georgia and Ben Spain baby by football no asesa enti tem bia no you can never say never Spain ebe me see key players ni bi Lamine out Pedri out Rodri out Nico Williams out by everyone who says Spain belu su key players we nyina no obi enu obetima ka che me say without Lamine without Pedri without Rodri without Nico Williams Spain any materials obetima battle against Georgia. No disrespect to Georgia by players say available for selection De La Fuente betima use no on betima gina Georgia nim ekire ho most likely say Kukureya bebo Pedro Porro bebo Kubasi bebo sa players we capable so betima handle Kvaratskhelia ye nyina edi tum say sa woko Georgia national team player ni hu ewum Kvaratskhelia on hu game ni so obe ha adwen by Spain for defenders so betima handle Kvaratskhelia ami go di say omo cause major problem and from Spain defense no without Pedri without Rodri won finfin ho no ebeye Zubimendi Fabian Ruiz Pena ana Merino sa three players we can omo ye capable so betima control game no e won finfin ho e ama Spain ade ba ko about Merino no last time na me ka asem bi say Merino oye midfielder by a soul of a striker ye ka say midfielder bi wo a soul of a striker a midfielder owra opponent ne half no bia na ability to score osoro and mostly players ni bi omutimi ko omani omutimi she goals bebrebe no ye ka so mo ye midfielder so mo a soul of a striker obeti say Jude Bellingham or joining attack onim so obetimi influence am goals eno bi ana Merino wo obe operate as a midfielder but joining attack ko nanim uyusu na as a first number 9 obetimi am goals. That's the reason why omu group no de wache goals kese pa wom no Abrante friend say Merino 6 goals. So Spain messy out key players no players omo available ni nyina no capable say ombetime win meko win the ama Spain ahead of Georgia national team. Portugal ebo Armenia Ken Portugal Armenia di oye Portugal na atina home Armenia no obebo dra minim sebi mfaso ewu mijitu mu say Portugal nka say was by this time come qualify omo last 2 games e qualifiers no ana aha Portugal omu 2-2 number ofie against Hungary yebe end game ni die Sobosla ye Portugal for no and recently omu kwako lusu against Ireland no sa 2 games na ha Portugal nke so ma qualify dada omu senior player omu leader and omu top scorer Ronaldo ensi akan by Ken say Ronaldo ensi akan now ye Bruno Fernandes because Bruno Fernandes ebe returning oye Vitinha oye Joao Neves oye Rafael Leao oye Joao Felix Gonzalo Ramos sa players when na Ronaldo nka ho na wokohia Armenia na wontimi nhia Armenia de a ene se World Cup ne ho hia se wo so woko enti again ba ko a me ha me ho kra anya analysis straight win e de ma team e friend say Portugal against Armenia ken kese ba ko betodwa Italy ni Norway na ken e asre sem say Norway were 21 points Italy were 18 points say Italy say Norway a omo nyina beba 21 points. So more points never tie. And based on FIFA qualification rules near say points no the same goals difference na was here de goals difference no Norway plus 29 Italy plus 12 it means was say Italy got two so much be Norway be 9 yes Norway for the be 9 Norway bet me lose but this says Italy she be 9
me asa FIFA rule no menti o masi the goals difference na goals for no was a head to head na baba the third option goals for a second option and
goals difference
na yeah goals difference in the second option okay yen na ye tire say ebo match
yes you me number
playoff ball mu ye de o
anka yen fa say atani yen
because can Italy a no 21 Monko ayinkobo match.
Okay, we so ka na so anyere ho anse goals.
Na man win a match.
So mun nyina na kwaji tum si enyu su sa.
Na me kan ye mre wo but me hwese one day. Ma playoffs bebre ba de. No anra say na no say mo hwe Nigeria na yise na mo ni agi.
Ni agi.
Mo hwe Gabon ne yise na mo Congo ne yise na mo feel. Eso mo ye bebre playoff. Ye tie pepe dia but I think say in overall, no way deserve it. Almost deserve a chain. Because Haaland here.
Enu akra na me ni kwaku di nkomo bi say, won say no way for nibo two top. Slaughterbeck. Abranti a your friend say Haaland. Ana Solot. Sa two players no her Solot ana Haaland. Share omo height. Omo gina ni mo. Nti die hia na say surprise ne beba. Surprise ne ba.
Omo bi mo kura kan, mo si Ronaldo ne Messi mo wende say de omo ko no we ni Slovenia.
No nkomo bobi.
No mo ko bobi ho ne hade because Haaland de wa me yan say so ne de wo de ne ko kroketwa kro betimi abo.
There you say on say Gattuso so be for national team in 5 games so winning nyina ho.
And the same qualification.
The ake kapwe there.
How the same bra.
No way.
Say Haaland de Magina di. Say Haaland Magina di papa.
Oh good. Say was odropo pa ho. Odropo bejebo.
Yes. Say de and say yeah omokeka na watibi. Say obobo na kakra ka ho. First panel de na aye. Na coach so na ni coach so Pep so na kasa nko for ho nsema football dey say mo pass obi abobi so za na oba ko gina ni mu an na kafo na wa shego
say strike adwuma and say obe go defender adwuma ne say obe defend the goalkeeper adwuma ne say ball ne ba obe
gina then no do obi ko gina ni mo so false 9
but say false 9 say Messi dey na na say Messi na ball ne betu no wani mo we go
okay yanko na playoff there say omonye ya na mra mani beje ho pa
matches not do so players needs to rest.
Yeah, yes, subscribe
Yes,
subscribe you need the yankansa.
Sir.
Omo bobo ni jisika na nenam say ball no do so. Na ya ye kotua ayi for monthly ni de. Say combo 2 days kran ko bia kran.
Because you want good football.
Oh and then
say a dose we bria games na enye de.
That is the here na say TV na mo so bobo so.
Na say
asema no okay. Me kotua subscription na boy 1 week bi am hear one match. Masa nan say no na boy de ncha o bill, o light bill, ana hwe.
Ani de mom. Say no ye keka ko period bia on beton right ni the man Netflix money and they bedru level bi no. E bo no be ba for me.
Never for
be pay as you want to watch it.
Pay per view.
Of course, it will get there very soon. Okay. You say we are say S. Say we are say S.
Adam mo TV licenses so GBC.
Can wait here.
My TV sa from Onkrabrim TV licenses panyi bi tie Mrs. Ontwe bi da.
Came and say we there. Dio.
GBC for months mami.
Ankasa no say no. National TVs nankasa no mo pre enye Ghana nko ha.
Yeah.
Oh. Intino
Nkra ko speed to.
Of course. Kemeda say na yendi komo kakra. Ken Florentino Perez with 78 years.
78
Onya kwada when you na oyobi very strong into say who say onamabontin you might think say he's young onya kwada say Ghana ha baby ni Africa baby anka na wo fast na mo kra ka kire ne say tinefie na yeso so ye enjoy o kakra but this is a man na we dedicate na brabo e dia man Real Madrid or a civil engineer press or sika brutal adanya e wo Spain's be brain no ano eyo no but say o decide so be Real Madrid we jai sane mani nyina and say attention akwakodi Real Madrid so but you know very well say eventually one day Florentino Perez will officially announce to us say we jai Real Madrid. Madrid will definitely have to move on. Santiago Bernabeu kra we jai ko Perez will leave. The stories that Eba say ebia season ni ba na wie ye be company for ni bi so on train Perez nankasa na say munim no a 2006 timer on one kasa buy a press conference say we jai Madrid. Now the time we soon you. Then the time was 2008 because they had voted for him 204. But Perez, let me say this, Hurricane. Perez, the first time on one case say a failure. Perez Ebano, I remember February 2000. And I yes, I interview say Lorenzo Sanz winning Champions League. But Madrid etoko so ya diomo ya no a club ni begu because na Madrid they car 200 million euros as a 2000 early February 2000 the year 2000 and they cry 200 million euros settle saying but Madrid were winning the Champions League. And no more and Okoka promises say Omoto Abanamana or the Luis Figo, but don't forget to say in 1995, Florentino Perez was standing for presidency. Ophelia Yantua Bamano Optoma Mendoza. Make some DSC some so Perez buy, you know. I cut 200 million euros. Wouldn't do a year. And Remina Mitchell said Madrid for training grounds at Santiago Bernabeu etoye at the Madrid Ciudad Deportiva na ewo mainstream Madrid e kronu wan kasa I to say Kotoko e bia na o training grounds bi wo edum mamen kan say verse o training grounds bi wo edum Florentino Perez only sika onya dem because that time obaye waton Redondo waton Makelele waton Anelka sika bi eni was still na entimi survive sika no so mo kwaje ya bank for the air down. Do you know what he did? And yet, let me use my brain. Me civil engineering companies. Oko city council no say, ye stadium no, ye per se ton de mamo. Sorry, ye training grounds ye be ton de mamo. Inti mama example we to say, Kotoko, I want the stadium wo, and I say I want the training grounds e wo dum. Now who came and say came mo beto. But you say, I just had to folk a beer or training grounds be a circle. Now, Oko AM for Mumbeto. Inti Okoton de Man City Council of 474 million euros. Joe, Madrid they cut 200 million. And Okoton training grounds na they are 474 million euros. Or GC Cano. And what did we quote ya? Eka. And odibi kota asase obada babasho. And odibi ede ye Galacticos. Into Galacticos, you know. The main thing was the selling of Real Madrid for Santiago Bernabeu. Training picture or ye de mao mono otonye. And odo kota asase we chire say I will build a training grounds there. Eventually, I will be BA. So the main game changer was Sadiana Otonye no. Madrid for Quechira. Say why one of the nice places to see. And odi biskani because share. Yentua debts afeso so sikani bi susu ha. Yenfa upgrade the stadium. Sikani bi ha. Yenfa kwaya bada babas now. Omo ye Sadia ni nyina wie na. Madrid afei sikasam ekoyi. Babo ne boss so e. Ya dwen free so ana because 10 ani nyina the first phase or just one Champions League. Okay, with me Galacticos, afe supporters na niaje ho, ma Galacticos no yenfa de bi kakranka because Florentino Perez by no the first phase, the problem he faced was that he was turning Real Madrid into more of a brand than a football club. See, supporters epe football no, supporters extra trophies. But Florentino Perez, the early stages, he was looking at Madrid for Deca, me perceive me Madrid for fee ekem, me perceive the Madrid doom pen so bia, among for Becca's wow, Madrid for Ewusika. Let me take you back. The year 2000. The year 2000, Ken, I'm taking you back. Ken's mommy, revenue. Clubs are never sika pa, and yes, sika from clubs. The year 2000. Ubong say less than a bar. Now, a Manchester United na a topi in terms of revenue. Manchester United. It's why clear debts they I was so catch up with Manchester United. And okay, say Galacticos bia star player bia no image right. Ya beji mu 50%. Zidane nkwade. Zidane krade ne no auto 90% na the Madrid because Zidane dey say wo hwe and now Google Zidane. Now we say that time no ojake to akese bebria because auto 90% of the image at the Madrid for so no the same as Nisika. Can it show television is square? This is the year 2000 in terms of club revenue. Manchester United and the Sika pa Sikeba club anymore. Who your man na Juventus. Diotoso miensa Bayern Munich. Diotoso enai AC Milan. Diotoso enum Real Madrid. When Fiorentino Press was leaving in the year 2006, na Madrid na babaye number 1. So club are not the one no, but they were winning trophies. Sika sambe ye name of trophies some no supporters ni buefu no semester. What is the car? But we are okay. But trophies no so eh. Me ba choko tin komanda me ni odi nas because makani ma me no na de akyerɛw. Club na was financially stable. Say stable a ye benye sika ko top players. Ye ko top players as a sub players to my trophies. That is how the sequence of football works. But Fiorentino Perez complained say Lorenzo Sanz was looking at trophies. He was not looking at financially. Real Madrid, how sustainable ombeye? Ya to abane di amao. Waba Madrid fo enye sika bebre yet the Champions League wajiba akope. Supporters need the good no so. And on one kasa but na press conference ase no say. We jai djuma no. Pressure na no shi. When he returned, the main goal was to correct his wrongs that he did. So mistakes na esi ye no also about be correct in 2009 mistakes na then he was looking at commercials branding and unti yankofa David Beckham mbra ni yankoji the Asian market Beckham buy Real Madrid ko Asia bi asika obdi furu oba no na nyasem ketwa but I say in 2009 I want to combine the two because in the early stages I was looking at finances. This time around I'm looking at trophies and finances. Send back supporters ni beji. Menka en toto wasum. The second coming was just 6 Champions Leagues. On passe. In total, 7 Champions League for Fiorentino Perez. Santiago Bernabeu, if I'm not just 6. Watra ni boss papa o feeling the power channel. Inti the first coming no mistakes they see no. Wa correct ya mana efe. Wasanso upgrade stadium say stadium near modern stadium. Last week or say Santiago Bernabeu no respect papa ne de nebom on person be Santiago Bernabeu ni nyina free ho we Santiago efri ho Bernabeu ne de be keep nebom we want to add commercial aspect to the stadium. Ye copy sponsorship be near the abeka ho ebia Alliance anase company bidi ebia Alliance Bernabeu Stadium anase ebia Lawson edibia company bia obebia no de atoso we achieve we nyina ehwie kai say every businessman he needs to live on the right note. So obejawa e was so ojawa say financially Madrid for is stable in terms of the squad. We future players on one kasa that say I have left Madrid with properties in terms of players, technical staff, BBR. This is where we are. I can't bear above 2 years. Now we read you man. And you know. So so jai CC which me who the entire I was so jai CC ebia not nimpom because on kwane dim. Senya sa inka owie dwuma ne kama the next president obeja ne way because ebedru ono na Santiago Bernabeu do person ye bia wa ye bibie that stadium the legacy enye stadium the legacy no say ye tutu form says about 6 layers of pitches. It would take years for a club in Europe to do this. Sadia no me say among for Shabon saying how Santiago Bernabeu is beautiful. Nemom esan sa papa no osisi adan otse nyama na sinte no ose ni stadium no okacha nkofo so omuntu stadium na senkofom obeye story emre bi ka kire say omuntu form no nipa na etitititi around Santiago Bernabeu. They complain. In fact, some of them go city council, some of them go courts. So I don't know, you know. So when you are that chibi, ebia na mo dan ni kure bubu because who to form bebria. Perez insisted. So you look at the stadium outside FA. Name of me, the biggest legacy, yes, sir. Layers of pitches, you know. Well, then come a person kabasa yebi, but I'm saying no, I start because. Can tell Krabi? Oh, Mami catch us and come bikakra.
You're a quick one.
That's Yami Shopper, so watch him Krabi. Hey, Ken. Story now we hear say Chelsea akota akwada abi na enu nya me story na ma me ka sam kyerem ewiase enyia na wanyi bi entwen e ma wiase enyi nchen nkomo yi etrako football yes say the best businessman is the person that what will happen in the next 5 years. Emrebi Benfica Ajax, Olympic Lyon, omone ko sa Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil kofa players eba. No we be twa dia ma Chelsea mu big. Hwe say Chelsea wo ho. Enzo Fernandez, scouts no the report eba. No the Man City, no the Real Madrid, Enzo Fernandez or River Plate. Benfica for no akofa Enzo Fernandez 10 million. Obaya no call World Cup. Or call World Cup by 6 months per Chelsea to 121 million. Obi told the 10 million no. Within 6 months, what time at Chelsea 121 million. We are Chelsea, Sebi. We are Todd Bolia. If you think about this situation, what would you do?
What have a call?
Okay. Final Fatunche, Cucurella. Robert Sanchez, Moises Caicedo, Joao Pedro, now no Facundo Buonaneti, Graham Potter, and then the technical staff. In Kofoya Makenyi, Chelsea, it's about £300 million, and I'm a Brighton Hove Albion Zoo. Okay, who to Sugagua, then I'll be a some now can first one, and you also will find a solution. She Brighton for style of football no more. Okay. Players number bomb with any coaches. Chelsea try about £300 million at Yama Brighton. Okofa Paul Winstanley. Sanko for no top players at Yama Brighton Okofa Neba Chelsea. Okofa Neba Chelsea na Brighton for Okofa Sam Jewel say Ombe replace Paul Winstanley. Omo for Sam Jewel na Chelsea asanso Okofa Sam Jewel ni bio. Oye. Or say Brighton model and say young kofan kwadanfi baby famra means now my own kofa de biane mi becheska san kofo no ye dwuma wo Brighton me kofa mo de aba Chelsea when we last month ye David Wire na ono so ye panyin pa na ono wo soro ahead of Pong Stanley mo no wasa kofa no de na ba de ne buy no so onko Strasbourg. See, Obi Juma of Brighton. Chelsea are convincing is only Brighton and Strasbourg. Then I'm Chelsea here. Instead of we sitting down for you Brighton to go into those markets. Now what they are back, what they buy 1 year now my Tamsi Kake said they are coffee. Say Chelsea, Brighton structure in our Tam they are back Chelsea in Strasbourg. So those people who were working for Brighton, scouting, bringing the best out, the best players, you know. Now Chelsea, rather, wakoto sa anko for no human resource. No se mumbe yes ejumane mame. Owie yo. Won say almost some koto club wo Brazil already or Strasbourg hodena. Inti say instead of more Benfica money at the more kofa me Benfica o na oya middleman me you the frame. Say I am dealing directly with those clubs in Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, basically South America. It's now the bigger clubs are beginning to analyze their financial statements and they're like, why are we paying so much to these clubs? Because for a player from Ecuador, Brazil, na mitua 10 million. Na amfa me more kabia sao. But efa I benefit. Into Chelsea say they are going to do the Brighton structure. Ombeto tobebre Strasbourg okwaha anye bia ototena mienu bi befa 8 no amfa obeton asanso enyi sika sa de akofa foforo de aba. That is a proper business. At Brighton they were just doing it for business, but Chelsea they are doing business and they are also chasing for trophies. Inti meka de esi so say wiase ne enyi onsa nansen ekane o twan mo bi kofa enema free amona ne ba na wabeton the amount. Also we are see SSN nowadays people are even buying directly from the warehouse. Have you seen that? We are see enyi chase the world, and yes sir, the world will chase you out. Now the clubs are beginning to learn. City for Girona or Brazil Bahia clubs they are expanding. Unse Afe Benfica Ajax Omayemre. Get very well. Because they say Sakode BSC so na Chelsea force me power. Ajax force me power. I prefer Chelsea to Ajax. Eliminate those middle class. Eliminate the middlemen. That is how business we are gearing towards our angle. We are eliminating those people.
I know I thought any Chelsea and Omo Aya Palano, more Renfise, Omugusone Santos, Dim Comunto, Munya Brazil, a Brazilian club Santos, not just say, your foul, South America, no foul. Na Wabba first Strasbourg, no Wabba. Well, I know you're dear channel. Brighton for Carlos Baliba, as they say, is come up a boy, cram the more from CC. You ever be doing come on. Biggie, na and I'm to say,
Yamia Dumbi Boko boss.
Boss, you come.
Kiram Mamesha same from Spain. There are reports back from the Spanish media say Spanish national team coach De La Fuente akache player Fenese Ferran Torres say onu di obetunefo say onsiki playing time outside Barcelona and yes I bedu so monko World Cup no na onye fit oni match fitness nti anhwa obe yin in the squad ni na no na amanfo bisa say papa na ba benya Barcelona ho tirimu kana because na no ada Nkomo by about Barcelona players and what the Spanish national team camp. Now supporters ne complain say. So players in the national team camp no makwa kupra. Omu kupra no mo di abre Barcelona boboko no. Omu kwa no makupra no mo di abre Barcelona boboko no. Until there are certain players say are looking at the matches aka. Match ni muduro and Spain national team ni muduro no. Players we one more supporters in nyaya na nko national team camp. Your friend Lamine Yamal. Wow, the story in the brain. Say Lamine and Kashi and the Spanish authorities. National team in penny for no, technical team no, or call camp. I feel Coco Drew on more realize it were bra. It is a source and call back. In penny for not being almost a Barcelona no Mudia Grobio money in your home. And De La Fuente to watch us here all came. Send the signals with their Quaco to Bassa supporters because I don't catch any say players no more back company pressure show mobility said than the Omo. Eti yesrew oba campo ahwe ni so yie mayen o ka che o mo se o mo obia preferential treatment obetreat obi ape baransem na Barcelona for ne kan no na nkanya ni boni mu because other players no enya se Barca players ni nipa chen o mo but o mo ye fit no mo ba but yen players dey o mo pra and o mo free injury mu ba eti o so nkwa obefa so manage o mo because in as much as the Spanish national team here o mo no yen so ye here o mo eti hwo so yie mayen o so me hwe obi aso yie obetreat obi ape sa asem na twam akwakoda nchen sesia wa catch a player I friend Ferran Torres say onsiki playing time outside Barcelona na no na me bisa questions me ken questions are me bisa no ene say yen hwe Ferran Torres near her performance of Barcelona boboko nim last season or a player na onya stats emfa Barcelona 27 matches in the league no boy. Out of the 27 matches we league no or starting only 12. But the ball season new year no I shot 10 goals 66 times. 16 goal contribution daily from 27 matches I was starting 12 pair. Ya boss season nevi ya ba be new season mo. Barcelona number 9 I will see a kind of Barcelona Robert Lewandowski enya available epra e ha no nye consistent. Ferran Torres ababa be gilem so far matches on my ball 11 games in the Spanish La Liga na kwadana ball. Emu 9 and I was starting. Was 5 goals and I was assisted back. 6 goal contribution daily. And to have the numbers of the player, even though onye starter e Barcelona bobo ko ni mu a clearly akwada na kyerɛ sɛ abere bi a obenya kwan bia no o prove ne ho e Barcelona bobo ko ni mu reports ne eba nkyeremu ewo mu ne sɛ coach ni suro sɛ Robert Lewandowski aba no obe start, that is number 1. Number 2 sɛ kɔbasa Rafinha so ba na Rafinha beda the other flank, which is the left flank. Marcus Rashford nso so be pushing about centrally into Abia. Now Robert Lewandowski shas ya. Marcus Rashford and the baba be replace in case of film and I said this are one more because Osha Rashford nso numbers this season eye. And until na coach ni through e dey ama Ferran Torres. Any problem because Obi Abenyana can the player we in good shape. Back in question na me bisa ne say the Spanish number 9 position e hwan na ebo. Mikel Oyarzabal. About the Spanish national team. Oyarzabal na ye di ne ho nkomo no ne club a osi akan oye starter. Last season, Oyarzabal ebo more than 33 matches in the Spanish La Liga. Can matches now obo ye ni nyina achi. O just 9 goals. Ferran Torres now onye starter. Wo catch and say on siki playing time in another club no. Ono e she goals the che Oyarzabal. E was Spanish La Liga ni last season. Yewura mu this season Oyarzabal no obo Spanish national team no oda so ejina the team ni mu a osi akan onka ne ho asem bia but Ferran Torres na on sign starter still e Barcelona bobo ko ni mu no as we speak matches are boy in the Spanish La Liga Oyarzabal about 12. He's a starter in his team. Ferran Torres is starter of Barcelona but you know no so matches are bo only Oyarzabal with the same number of goals 5-5. It is the only problem with Oyarzabal. Ne numbers. Now be friend man about the Spanish national team wa. Die be inti na Ferran Torres and started with Barcelona na problem the man because at the end of the day Oyarzabal no ye starter woni team mu no. Onye goals in China Ferran Torres onye starter abro mu nyina mpo number 9 skin. And unti na me bisa say De La Fuente ya fa Barcelona bobo ko ni hu tirimu kana. Because bono so we nyina about the same position. Na striker Jumani goes there. Oyarzabal emfa ho say or start enye better number 9 per the numbers and change Ferran Torres.
But I say Spain most important goal recently.
Spain national team most important goal.
Most important goal recently.
No creba di minim ni say.
And share on the J Cup no Edema Spain.
Di minim ni say national team no. Club football performance ni different.
We know enye Nations League. The goal no share enye Nations League in league. Or share our final, Euros final.
And no problem. But the minimum say national team
Portugal and Kwana aye bi asa ni Panama fana nyewe. Oi.
Is it Edda?
Oi.
Obi ani baby o.
Chese yo mo ya so mbeka so on the J Cup no mo.
One shot be our boy.
So, it's a club football performance in the call up into the national team. It is all performing at the club level. Now on your playing time umpo. Now who play and now fuse on your playing time yet on to me goes in China no. Then now they converse the Spanish national team supporters and it's painful no. Say on only a better player than Ferran Torres. In the Ferran Torres and free Barcelona bobo konim and copy playing time and yari albefreno. To me, this doesn't make sense. Man and draw picture between Barcelona and Yasem Derby. Yes, M1 national team no. Okay, moving on. Liverpool. A player, I friend say Konate. Liverpool a man an ultimatum. Say, omo man akwa si January. Say Drew honum. Na on show any sign say contract no ba be sign and I say on sign ya. Omo be ton no. I'm an free Liverpool bobo konim. You say who repeat mistake more than once any mistake be a deliberate action. Ultimately Liverpool be adwin. Liverpool had a player I don't know Liverpool bobo ko na bra no sa or rising through the ranks. Ebe one of the best players we say. Trent Alexander-Arnold, quality right back. Liverpool need the contract home come they be a back and forth. O munya botere mesan, munya botere mesan. No isa kwada na fa ne ho adwene se ono ko Real Madrid. Enya de obesi akan de ma Liverpool bobo ko ni biom. Liverpool nya botere ma kwada na thinking say we di oyeye dia. Eti yet then or be sign contract no. E wi ase no contract no one sign. Na de she Liverpool twa o munsunu mu krampo ni say. Okọ Spain okọ yon villain Spanish no okọ kan ye no. E no mo say na just abra ye no udi contract on koma o ye back and forth nyina na why wadwene say on sign. but not all that because Spanish now kind of not just a watch a day what boy was a Roma Madrid Bobo Kurube Kwakwa. It is hard na a see from a Trent Alexander no situation no. Liverpool in Peso be repetibium. It's Liverpool. I shall see our more planet. Pay players or more line or more up. Na baby replace your brand here friend say Konate. Konate about Liverpool. Or Baba be paying the dues. There's a central defender here the mark club. A brand na here. But Liverpool so say oton or some for because at least now we call it into the foul. But the Liverpool platform is also added the lot to a brand here. And one of the best central defenders in the world. And some shots yes eBay and a performance na kwa koye bibi e ho. But looking at the years of consistency, how they are Liverpool. Untimi for recent poor performance ka krano emfanka sa brand here the more mon so any. It is a Liverpool atena se hu. Se omo be hia quality no. Na emom omo twa omani kokohwa ade bi esi mire bi atwam. Which is Trent Alexander and there no omo decide so omo repeat sa mistake ni bi ma. Me ni Liverpool mpani for na ya 100%. Enya sa na campaign nu seba ababa be ka ho na another player or work quality omo baba be lose no again to Real Madrid possibly our man say nya kapreba mfam free mu there ma Liverpool ntina se masa de ni nti because to aso biem say ya dia then clearly enye mistake biom e ya dia wa hye na me nya sure supporters no e de mpani for no ho be che wo can moving on qualifiers in the course now Europe. One of the players and the performance, so many powers Nick Watamadi. Ken. Na Germany bobo kune da hono na nasa national team no. Emre bi etwam. Na ope strikers omo mode mo so ani pa. Germany na one of the countries that omo produce strikers. Omo mode mo so ani wo wiase. Obenyo obi ti say Gerd Müller, the bomber. One of the best strikers of our big Gracie football. Go no obeshew. Enya to animu hon kwa dia fa two teams or the to net him. Yebenya Rudy Voller, who also performed tremendously well. Edidi mu Ajajen Klinsmann by Oliver Bierhoff by. These were potent strikers eba go ni sha. O ya rest assured so mu gina ni mu hon kwa do metimi ama numbers na bibia ko ye di ama. And then more after that era, Germany ba benya Miroslav Klose. One of the prolific strikers. As we speak, on the German national team, no all-time top scorer. Clearly, it shared the level of the striking department of Germany at the core. World Cup, I near Brad Biadi Hong Kong 2026, Bebasonia Dienina. Open striker, watch goals, our World Cup in Mupa, Miroslav Klose. He was a German, and I say he's a German. And clearly, Germany minor Baba Bayo Mambia, a best strikers I am for Moboa. No more your Maya Omu producing one of the best we are saying. But in recent times, again, I had think the amount of German national team to Mubenya number 9 or potent. Ni hu. Onim goes and to say Dia me bubo ye. No jino money more no washa dia momo. It's at the point. Now you force the Mario Godzimunyi about the first number 9 rule. Just because na Pep Guardiola chance ya or using the Sao Bayern Munich. It's the German national team in Penifono. And so try be anywhere. Marco Rosonom, other players are on number 9, so GDA baby womb. But yesterday, the Omugina position is more and from the German national team. Because I had ding, so Mubenya typical number 9, our man numbers. A team 2022-2023 season, and a Nicholas Fulkrug, the top scorer in the Bundesliga. And Omunya GDA say after all these years, Yababa Benya number 9 obeti me aboying. Did you ko shenimu or switch from the Bundesliga bar Premier League ni no ebesi akaima West Ham 4 o'clock bana or buy and anko ye injuries behano performance na tiako inconsistencies na abem no amaye hu the best from Nicholas Fulkrug and also so atiako akoda. Now Votamadi steps up. Last season open Bundesliga strikers are no more ya de pa per goals Votamadi din fanka ho because who go tikiti room Benjamin Sesko, these were players who had numbers in the Bundesliga. A child striker, friend is Votamadi. He scored only 12 goals. But Newcastle will a striker. I didn't know replace Alexander Isak or no money Coton, so no fan by. Or bar Premier League. He's played 8 matches for Newcastle, over 4 goals. Clearly, it is a very good mark for a striker. Aside, the German national team qualifies no more, but can a brand 5. 5 no washa 3 goals and 1 assist back. 4 goal contribution for the German national team. Now 3 now washa the woman say the last 2 games are Germany abo. Say no ni pushi Germany e de o mato soro. Na de o qualify akwa World Cup. Ye kwa 2026 na ye Nick Votamadi insano. Because the 3 goals in Nigeria. But from the last 2 games our body ama the German national team. The last time they played against Northern Ireland, omo win 1-0. Onu na share sa goal, the only goal for the German national team. And we mu ya dia no mu pe goals. 2 goals and no mu here against Luxembourg. Onu na standing to the test onya 2 goals no. And the German national team. And Gideon Shasi Abasa finally looking at the exploits, our Premier League especially. Any baller all body the German national team no. Ebiana after so many years. Oma Baba Benya a replacement in the striking department. A typical number 9. Oh, bet me am numbers are Miroslav Klose and so Edinburgh or Monibi. And Mijidi said looking at the scoring frequency of the player. Anyhow, all body consistency in a woman. Say or to us to say yeah. Now over solving the number 9 problem for the German national team Ken.
Nick Mutmada. Striker chin. Nice person. Or striker pa. Ghana me be share Germany. Me be the Portugal bebo. I say umuniri enu mabobo ye World Cup. And I say US say your mo.
Kenya new opponent be animu adin.
Say Argentina mo we say fa sale no. Argentina so le mo no mo so enu mbobi. Woko World Cup just so there be outboard.
Uhia kese for
Portugal say enu maba. Nti say ye fa country for no mo se no France and co group da ya na England and co group da ya Argentina and co group da yes okay Tanaka enra na me bisa mo Japan for ntete na Japan for no dey say the way you see tete omo even so omo the rough football ngina mu once omo the stadium cleaning the chance
yes
e wo major tournament e bo wi na omo cleaning stadiums in sadia so we be pro bi na ne niema o ye wo pitch no so no kire say nyentete any different
sure and
kopele ano ho ko ni coach ho
yeah and no to ado ka bo na ba
no to ado e no one wasn't so to ado unso no to ado so European na European dey so no Europe for no mu hu sa niema we no be fa na say esi awie nti basuru si ba no ho na hwe boy no say we see but football and no one said I say all pro be Tanaka Ghana for your Filupa you feel
should an act of sportsmanship.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. You proud ye in your buy na football omo meja pitch no so nyina no bi abamabu football ye emfa ho se ball na ekoso no obi na mbu a obi o pitch no so bia let's just say abambu ai aba enti more na wo hwe bi no na hadrin nti Francis Abu menim say wakodu France
that's no hospital.
That's so hospital.
If you said the best place to cry in Japan.
Yeah, for the 9
The 9 Japan is the simple cry. So at least me sure say Tulu would want to look at him, but kakra munya butcher.
Nanko on Japan work kakra.
Be there for a week, been a pains in the back for man, then he can travel.
Wow. Francis Abu on the Damachi or be defending the nation and Okupra. You be so kakai na said you be kan pa bom na bia kama you go prano career threaten said do do na sika no anya sa we no di wan gra wanya ayikura wan gra no mebobo no bi ye fe ni so na memra ye ba be dim komo Ghana and yen clubs